accontentare chiunque, se so che non ci riuscirei comunque. E non mi importa più di tutto ciò che è stato. Non c'è della paura che mi ha spaventato.
658 good. Brandon also 658. We exactly the same.
Sono diventato questo, al resto non ci penso più, basta un attimo adesso, al resto non ci penso più, sono diventato questo, al resto non ci penso più, basta un attimo adesso.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Kia.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. Welcome, everybody. We have the great Shaquille O'Neal and the equally great, in some minds, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the Detroit Pistons. Looking at the Pistons, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece.
Army-Navy game.
It's home to Tinseltown and the Lakers, Los Angeles, California, as we bring you an interconference rivalry here at the Staples Center. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on, and we've got time for a...
Thanks, Kevin.
It's not just about raw talent, but how the pieces fit, D.A. Thanks. At this point, Chris, would you say it is safe to say you can see who the true contenders are? Are we at that point?
Yeah, definitely. You can definitely see, and most of the times you know who they are at the beginning of the year. It's just up to them to prove you right or wrong.
So Detroit will get the first possession. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Jackson is out there with Jordan Clarkson. Then it's John Lure. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Harris in at the small forward position. Here's Russell, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
Confidence is contagious, and when you see a guy like that finishing over a bigger man, it's got to motivate his teammates.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Yeah, good job to take it right at
the Pistons shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
He hits both from the stripe.
Now, you knew when you heard that Stan Van Gundy was coming to Detroit that they would be built around protecting their basket. This team has continued to focus on tough defense to win games. They have the talent and the effort to continue to improve.
And if you aren't playing defense on this Piston team, then you will not see the court. It's just that plain and that simple.
Well, you're exactly right. It's a saying that says the bench is a coach's best friend. What better incentive than to sit that guy on the bench for being lazy on defense? And good team defense starts at the top down. Coach Van Gundy has been preaching it, and the leaders on the team have brought it in. They do a great job of rebounding to close out possessions. Pistons also contest every shot they can get to, even on the perimeter.
To the middle, stolen by Lure. Here's Jackson. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Wow, and Jackson is just crafty down inside. He has such a quick release that even taller defenders can't get to it in time.
Misses the three. The Pistons have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Clarkson kicks to Lure. Harris outside. 6 on the shot clock. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Jackson misses. And here is Los Angeles now. 4-point game. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Just looking at the stat sheet, they gave far too many free throws away in that game. Maybe it was the noise in the building or something, but they really looked rattled.
Well, if you want to quiet down a hostile crowd, missing your chances from the line just isn't one of the suggestions I'd put in the suggestion boxes how to do it.
1:51 left in the first. Russell dishes to Ingram. Russell a screen on Harris. Ingram with it. Harris is there. Russell with a wide open look. And another three for the Lakers.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
It's tipped. Lure. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
That kind of power move has become a trademark of his.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
Yeah, and he may have seen something out there that he'd like to try to exploit. We'll see what they come out with.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And a different look here for the Pistons. Marjanovic checked in for Drummond. Morris comes in for John Lewis. Stanley Johnson, he's checked in for Harris. And Ray McCallum subbed in for Jackson. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with two hands on that stuff. Dang passes to Nance. Back to Dang. For three, Calderon buries the long-range jumper. Calderon's got himself on the board with three there.
And I like how Calderon kept his hands up and was ready to get a shot up as soon as the ball came his way.
It's stolen by Nance. Calderon against Clarkson. Calderon, no good. Pistons have gotten 6 or 7 shots to fall in the first quarter. They're off and running. Offensive rebound. Here's Johnson, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
Pistons have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. And that one falls for Johnson.
And Johnson, the former Arizona Wildcat, certainly has a bright future in this league. The combination of shooting, speed, and length he possesses is just exciting.
And the Pistons making a change here. Ellinson's checked in. And Johnson drops them both. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played. And it's Smith penetrating. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
2 shots, gentlemen.
At the line for 2. The first one falls. That one falls, so he hits both of them. 19 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's McCallum. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Johnson the screen to the paint. Mozgov with the steal.
Not only did he play superb D there, he snagged a rebound in the process. Fantastic effort.
And so both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Pistons lead by 1. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching. Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
You know, they're not going to sit back and just take jump shots. It's all about attacking the paint and getting to the rim.
And it's why they're shooting such a high percentage from the floor. They're willing to run the offense all the way through.
Here's Smith. And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Dang. Mozgov is out there with G and Lee. And it's Smith, and it's Calderon in at the shooting guard position. While the casual fan, sometimes sitting further away from the court, doesn't always hear all the talking that's going on between the players, among the players. Chris, on the floor, how important is that communication between teammates, among players on the same team on the floor?
Great question, Kevin. I mean, it's tremendously important. You know, let's just think about some plays. Over 60% of the plays in games are pick and roll plays. So when you think about that, the big man has to communicate to the guard, or he's going to get his head knocked off on every type screen. Also, the big fellas in the back of the defense, they're the ones that can see the floor and everything on the floor that's going on. So it's very important that they communicate from the back. Also, guards communicating the play calling, whether offensively or defensively. So communication is very important, and yeah, it's a lot of fun if you're a fan. If you can ever get a ticket down close, you know, hey, you'll hear some funny stuff out there.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Pistons raised a few eyebrows when they took Stanley Johnson with the 8th pick overall in 2015. Now, he's a great athlete, but some thought there were better basketball prospects available. But Stan Van Gundy says what you've got to bank on is a player's work ethic and commitment to being great. There's just something about him. He is a great competitor. Kevin?
And he's built like a tank. DA, thanks. Thank you very much. Jackson has the open look, and the 3 ball is good. Jackson's got the lead up to 4 now for the Pistons. And you'll ask defenders or would-be defenders of Drummond, he can just punish you physically.
He drops a shoulder into you, it's like getting hit by a runaway freight train. Because of how strong he is under the rim, he can just shrug off defenders who don't have a strong base. If he gets it on the low block, it's a dunk pretty much every time.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Mozgov. Williams comes in for Jose Calderon. And it's Russell in for Ish Smith. Harris kicks to Jackson. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Jackson's got 6 here in this quarter.
And just a nice bucket there to really just sustain that lead.
Oh, well, that's a solid play and basket right there, and the lead continues to grow.
Baines, and the layup's good off the glass.
Works for looking close. That's just an excellent effort.
Pistons leading by 5. Knocks it loose. Out of bounds. Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Pistons.
And the long-range game, a staple for them offensively. It's clear they embrace the value of that extra point, and spacing the floor, something they look to do every time they're on the court.
.116 left in the second quarter. Intercepted. Now the Lakers on the break. Here's E. Basket good. And now just a 3-point Piston lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Lakers. Larry Nance has checked in for Gian Leon. And it's Ingram in for Luol Deng. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Marjanovic checked in for Andre Drummond. John Lure comes in for Marcus Morris. Clarkson, he's checked in for Stanley Johnson. And it's McCallum in for Reggie Jackson. Here's Nance. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. And here we have the 2K leaderboard showing us the teams with the best free throw percentage during the past month. The Lakers #1.
And they've had a lot of success at the free throw line, converting those at a high level. So I'd look for them to continue to attack the rim.
There's the screen. And McCallum kicks to Harris. McCallum dishes to Clarkson. Shot clock at 5. There's a screen by Marjanovic. Kept alive. And that's good. Nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Here's Ingram. No good on the triple. McCallum, the pass to Clarkson. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Another 3 for Detroit.
And the way Harris sticks these catch-and-shoot jumpers is just devastating to the defense. I mean, what can they do against that?
And we've reached halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Jones. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a 1-point lead. They took over in the second quarter, building their lead up to 10 points by the half and looking. And time now to send you back.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Reggie Jackson has been sensational.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Right, he's taking his time, not forcing anything, just getting his points within the flow of the offense.
And Detroit looking at who they've got. Tobias Harris is out there with John Lure. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. And it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. Here's Baines. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Baines has got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Lakers. And you look back, Chris, at the teams that Stan Van Gundy has coached in the past, each one of them were considered contenders for so long.
Well, the job of turning things around here in Detroit has been nothing short of spectacular. David versus Goliath, except this time, the bigger man wins this one.
Russell dishes to Randall. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Yeah, easy call.
It's his first trip to the line.
At the line for your Lakers, Julius Randle.
And he knocks down the first one. Chris, who do you feel are guys that can just own a game, take it over at any time and get it going?
Well, I think you have to look at Curry. You know he can do that at any time. Klay Thompson, I mean, he set a record for points in the quarter. But I also think you have to look Damian Lillard and how he can get you buckets and get you going in so many ways. So many guys that can be explosive and take a game over for you.
Good analysis. And the Lakers call time here. Chris, for a lot of players, being called a tweener is a bit of a backhanded remark. It means they have no true position. But that might be a compliment for Tobias Harris.
You're right, Kev. That is exactly the case with Harris. He's considered a tweener just because he can have a large impact in both forward spots. He has the strength and ability to finish inside at the 4, but he's a good enough shooter from range to play the 3 and has no problem defending from either spot.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, as you know, things could have turned out a lot differently for Stan Van Gundy. He was the favorite for the coaching vacancy in Golden State in 2014, but in the end, the Pistons owner gave him the chance to coach and run the front office, and that led him to Detroit. The Warriors went on to win the title that season, but Van Gundy insists, if I had to do it over again, this is exactly where I'd want to be. And Kevin, he can build this team exactly as he wants.
Thanks, D.A., and after some tough exits in Miami and Orlando, this time he holds the cards. Here's Randall. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Randall's got 7 now in this quarter.
They are now 4 for 4 to start this half. They're on a mission. They're going to get it done on offense.
And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And some changes here for the Lakers. Mozgov, he's checked in for Aaron Baines. Calderon comes in for Williams. And it's Ish Smith in for D'Angelo Russell. Marjanovic checked in for Detroit. Stanley Johnson comes in for Harris.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
The dish to Calderon. Puts up a 3. And it's Lure with the rebound.
And they continue to control the glass.
And Jackson gets it to go.
I mean, come on. Jackson is so effective from the mid-range area of the court. He sticks these shots all the time.
Kicks to Calderon. He feeds it to Mozgov. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. And Randall throws it down.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Clarkson with the ball. Now defended by Randall from past the arc. And another 3 for Detroit.
Kidding me?
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Mozgov kicks to Smith. 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Johnson gets the bucket.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Calderon for 3. Good on the triple. Calderon's got his second basket of the night.
All sorts of pressure coming his way on that shot, but Calderon wasn't fazed in the slightest.
And there it is for him. And the Pistons lead by 13.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success. And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
You can build a lead in a number of ways. Obviously, rebounding has been the backbone of their efforts all night.
Lure the pass to Clarkson. No good on the 3. Calderon dishes to Randall.
Oh, my God.
Knocked loose. Ingram with the steal. Let's listen in now to head coach.
Hey, get our defense and rebounding up.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Pistons leading by 13. We've got D'Angelo Russell. Larry Nance out there with Dang. Then there's Gian Leon, and it's Williams at the 2 guard. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Here's Harris. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Harris has got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for Detroit. Russell kicks to Nance. The 3. Offensive rebound. And he gets it to go.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Simple rule of team rebounding. Everyone needs to box out someone when the shot goes up. A number of assignments were missed right there.
McCallum with the bucket.
Takes what the defense allows. Has that soft floater in his back pocket.
Here's Russell. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Well, Chris, we're seeing around the NBA, from the Warriors to the Spurs to so many, the value of great passing from all 5 positions, but especially the big men, especially the front court. In your opinion, what advantages does a big man have as a playmaker?
Well, the big man has many advantages. One, if he's a beast on the post like he should be, Kevin, he should be drawing double teams. And what does that allow? That means that there are 3 or 4 on the rest of the play. 3 defensive players against 4 offensive players. And if he swings that ball quickly, just let the mathematics alone do the trick, and you move that ball and you'll have an advantage. What else does it do? Sometimes the player is taller and he can see over the defense and maybe attack from angles that shorter players can't do. And third, what does it do? Big guys on defense are not used to playing outside of the free throw line defensively. And so therefore your defender may not be as strong and therefore get his hands on deflections and things that you may see happening from guards. So yeah, you're right. The big fellas that have always been some of the best players in the post have been some of the best passers. And right now you're seeing that in order to be in the game, you're going to have to make your teammates better and not just be an endless hole in there when they throw the ball to you.
Great perspective. Here's Johnson. Harris outside. Johnson against Williams. Johnson's shot is off. Lakers trail by 15. Williams passes to Russell. Lets it go from deep, and he's good on the 3 ball.
Well, if you want to make a good shooter's eyes just light up, just sag off of him.
Here's McCallum. He's guarded by Russell. Here's Harris. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Well, throughout Harris's career, he has worked on building up his body, putting that added strength to good use on these tough finishes.
From beyond the arc, Dang can't get it to go. Pistons leading by 14. This is DeMorris. Harris outside. The Pistons working the ball around now. Here's Drummond, and there's another one for the Pistons.
Just no let up, guys. They just keep coming at you.
I mean, well, they're going straight for the kill. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have that mentality. They want to leave no doubt in anyone's mind as to who the better team is tonight.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Good D, better O. He buried it right in his face. We call that hitting him in the head. That has to be frustrating if you're the D.
Julius Randle's checked in for the Lakers. Ingram comes in for Luol Deng. Then for the Pistons, John Lure, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Jordan Clarkson comes in for Stanley Johnson. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for McCallum. And Jackson gets it to go.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Pistons.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win. And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Jackson.
Well, he was obviously feeling it at the offensive end tonight. It was his energy, his efficiency. That put them over the hump in this game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Ellinson's checked in for Lure. Marcus Morris comes in for Tobias Harris. And it's McCallum in for Reggie Jackson.
Lakers foul call. That's his first personal.
The first one falls for Marjanovic checked in for Detroit. Second free throw, no good. For the Detroit Pistons, they won their last contest, that game against the Utah Jazz. Got that one up quick.
The offense has clearly kicked into gear. The question, though, is it just a little too late?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a fair question. Looking at the clock, it appears they might be out of luck.
And it would take divine intervention for them now to get back in it.
Yeah, I'd have to say, guys, I don't think the man upstairs is really focused on the comeback. What a final quarter these guys are having from downtown, just burying the threes in bunches.
I mean, and they can knock them down, but this is all because of good ball movement. They are getting wide open shots due to how they are zipping the ball around the court. The D, they just can't keep up.
And McCallum drops them both.
Confidence at the line, putting the final touch on a good win.
Probably impossible for them to come back now.
Definitely. The ship has sailed on this game.
3 threes in a row.
Clarkson dishes to McCallum. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Now we'll head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's not too far away. EJ?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Reggie Jackson. He had a nice surge to start the second half, hitting his first 3 shots. What are your thoughts, Kenny, on his game tonight?
That was the full package that Reggie Jackson delivered tonight. An outstanding playmaker who can score from anywhere on the floor. He was a tough cover tonight and operating at the highest level.
With the way he's been playing.
And that is a wrap.
Protect the football, and they've been great at that over the last 3 ball games, +7, but they still stand at -5 on the season in that category. Ball to start the second half, and a 2-possession game now at 10-0. That will do it for us, though, for now. Coming up, the second half of Army Navy. CBS Sports presents the Geico Halftime Report. For all your insurance needs, it's easy to Geico. Tea drop. We're surprising real Twisted Tea fans who love the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Real brewed tea with 5% alcohol. Keep it twisted.
When disaster strikes, what matters most is getting back out.